What's up, guys? In this episode, I'm going to be talking about video marketing strategy in 2021. I got some templates that we're going to go through. We're going to go through some of the tips that I have noticed over the last couple years that's making a difference in making your videos get more organic reach on the platforms that you're posting on. Let's get going right now, straight into it. Let's go. Alright guys, my name is Jared Vandermeer and I make digital marketing and content creation tip videos right here on YouTube. This episode is for all of the entrepreneurs, marketers, and influencers out there that are trying to get their videos to get more organic views. In this video, I have 4 main tips I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to go through a pro tip at the end that's going to help you guys get that reach. All right, let's get started with tip number 1, strategy number 1, and that is watch time. Now, before you guys leave this episode, wait 1 second. Watch time is how you get more organic reach. It is the one factor above all other engagement metrics that increases reach of videos, and we see this across every single platform. Think about it with common sense. The social media platforms and algorithms want you to see content for longer. They want you to stay on the platform for longer so that they can serve ads to you. As a result, the algorithm really looks at how long you stop in the feed when you're watching videos, looking at text strings, photos, basically any type of content. With videos, in order to increase your watch time, you need to be able to retain your audience. That audience retention curve is really, really important. And it's not just important for platforms like YouTube, but it's also important for LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, and especially TikTok and some of these shorter form content where people have to have over the watch time of the video to really see that video take off. So one of the things that I have done on my website and in my free stuff is I've put this video planning worksheet together. And it really is going to help you jot down, it's not a video storyboard, it's about jotting down notes and coming up with a plan prior to shooting an episode. And I do it for a lot of my episodes, specifically on YouTube. I'll go through and I'll fill one of these out with the ideas that I have from my idea book. Now, the link for this free PDF will be below, and whether you use mine or you come up with your own strategy, the main concept of this is really to have that hook at the beginning of the episode to hook the attention of your audience. Then have an intro and a goal really early on where you're telling who you are and what this episode's all about so you can retain your audience that's already interested. Then I like to go through a great tip first. Then I'll go through some more normal tips and I'll finish with my best tip or my pro tip right at the end to help retain and teach your audience to watch the videos over time. Now, I've told you the secret to this episode, so you'll have to wait to the end to get the pro tip. But back to it. Then you finish with the conclusion and have some research notes on the side. A really good template, one that I think you guys should download. But again, whether you use mine or you come up with your own, these concepts are the ones that are going to help you retain your audience for longer. Next, I'm going to talk about another thing. If you are not on a short form platform, you want to make sure your videos are over 3 minutes long. Now, this may come as a surprise to some of you watching this video. You may have been making Facebook or LinkedIn content that's been 30 seconds, 1 minute, thinking that it was long, but it's not. When you consider that these longer form pieces of content want to retain over a long period of time, these platforms want you to make longer content. Now, if you don't believe me, just look what happens on the right-hand side when you're posting a Facebook video. They literally put what the best practices are on that right-hand column, and one of those best practices is your video 3 minutes or longer? So just keep that in mind. When you're making content, look at how long you're making it, and if you can stretch it out and hold the audience's attention, you are going to see your content served to your audience more often, and you're going to get more organic reach. Tip number 3, video strategy in 2021 is still going to then focus on the short form videos where they're needed. Those are things like Instagram stories, YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, Byte videos. And then you got your stories on LinkedIn, and I'm predicting in 2021 that TikTok's also going to have stories. These short form clips, 15 seconds or less, are the clips that younger audiences are wanting to watch. They want to see what you're doing and how you're making your content and what you're all about. So when you're making your content that's 3 minutes or longer, or that longer form content, then you want to supplement it with the shorter form content where people get to know who you are. Now, if you're on Instagram or if you're on one of these platforms where stories is relevant, then you already know the importance of this. It helps get you on the top of the feed where your audience is seeing you and getting touch points with your brand every single day. And this is one of the strategies that I have had a tough time with. I have made a lot of TikTok videos. I have done some YouTube shorts to test it out. I do some Instagram stories, but it's sometimes hard to do that when you're so focused, for myself, on making the longer form YouTube content. Just keep it in mind. It's good to have a mix. It's going to help you get more reach, and it's going to help you appear on more of your audience that you've already captured feeds over a long period of time. And finally, strategy number 4, we're talking about the captions, we're talking about the chapters, we're talking about all of those keywords and tags that are going to help your videos get an extended reach. Now, you guys may have known this before, but it's important on every platform, not just platforms like YouTube. For example, LinkedIn can have captions, Facebook can have captions, and again, on that right-hand column, it says as a best practice, does your video have captions? It has never been more important than to have these items. Even YouTube, I just mentioned chapters. Now chapters is very important. It's a best practice when making your videos. You'll actually see them on this video below. Now, just to back up what I'm saying, I use TubeBuddy on YouTube, and just scrolling on the side here, it has the best practices. It shows you that you should have your cards, it should have your captions, you should have your chapters. They're best practices, but at the end of the day, it's telling the algorithms what's in your video. It's helping them sort your content. It's a no-brainer if you want to get extended reach. Now, lastly, the pro tip, and you guys might hate me for this, but I'm gonna go all Gary Vee on us, and I'm gonna talk about authenticity. You guys have all scrolled through your social media and seen a video where someone's trying much too hard, or they're not being themselves, they're not being authentic to their brand and to their story. And it sticks out like a sore thumb in today's social media world. So the one thing I can say is when you're making video content in 2021, really focus on being yourself, being true to your brand and being true to your story. Then you're going to build an audience of people that aspire towards what you're trying to tell them and what the value is that you are providing. That audience is then going to convert over time when the timing's right, and they're going to engage with you at higher rates, which is really important to getting your brand off the ground on any digital platform. All right, guys, that is it for this episode. If you got any value from it, you guys know what to do. Make sure you smash that subscribe and that like button. If you didn't get value or you're mad at me, make sure you hit up the comments below and tell me how I can improve. I want to keep creating and correcting and making better content on YouTube for you guys. Guys, that is it for now. Like always, I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode, and that's all. Whew. All right, guys, get out in 2021, make more video content. Video is still the way to capture attention on a feed. And when you're making those videos, don't forget about writing good text strings. I see a lot of people trying to write one word or one sentence text strings with their videos. This is the bonus tip. Have your text strings a little longer. When someone stops on the video, they're also going to have to read that text string. They're going to stay on your post longer. You're going to increase your watch time and increase your retention. Man, that was like a bonus pro tip. Bonus pro tip, end of episode. Was I trying to teach you to watch the whole thing? Maybe. You caught me. That's all for now.